want to show you my noise reduction routine. That's next on my list. Before I do that, let me just show you one other thing here. First off, let's say you go to bed the night before and you close out all your stuff before you're done doing your total processing. So you come back the next night, you open up your image, and here's the image I did last time, one with background neutralization. You open it back up again the next day, and you're sitting there, geez, hey, why did it show up like this? Wasn't it linear? Isn't it supposed to be really dim? Well, the answer is it is still dim. And watch this. If I go into the screen transfer function, open it up, and you're going to press this reset button, and hey, it didn't go away. So you're saying, boy, maybe somehow it's not linear anymore. Well, it is still linear. And what you have to do is you have to come over to this image button where it says screen transfer function, and then reset the STF. And there, it's back to it's back to dim. If you tried to open up this image in another program like Photoshop, it would look just like this. It would be really dim. So, anyways, I just wanted to show you that. I'm going to press this auto stretch button, and it's going to make it back to what it was before. Okay, so let's go into noise reduction. We'll do some noise reduction. First off, we're going to open the process. We come down here to noise reduction. Now, the best way to get rid of noise is to take a whole bunch of exposures, but no matter how many exposures you do, that's never enough. That's the bad news. The good news is PixInsight and Photoshop, they all have many different ways to do noise reduction. Now, if you look in PixInsight here, it gives you all these things. I've tried all these, and it might be daunting tasks like, geez, which one should I use? Well, this one here, this multi-scale median transformation tools are really good. I really use this. I really like this one. I use this one a lot. And the other one that I've had really good luck with is this ACDNR, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate for you. This multi-scale median transform function, the MMT, AstroDude does a really good job of explaining how this one works. So I would highly recommend going to the AstroDude website to learn how to do this MMT function. As I said, I'm going to do this one because I haven't seen too many people demonstrate this one, this ACDNR. Anyways, before you go ahead and do the actual noise reduction, you want to put a mask over this image, because what you really want to do is you want to do the noise reduction on the background and not actually on the stars or nebula or anything else, or galaxies in my case. So the way to do that, to protect it, is you go up and find this thing right here. You see this? You get two buttons that look almost alike. Do this one where it says what it does is it makes a luminosity image, but it's really dim because, as I said before, it's linear. So you stretch it and look, there it is. However, because it's linear, if I put it over this image, it's not going to show that much protection. If I show you what I mean, if I take it away, there's really nothing here. So what you have to do is you got to make this non-linear. And the way to do that is you come into process, come down here to intensity transformation, histogram, and you're going to, first off, what you can do is you can press that circle button. That opens up a real-time preview. And then I'm going to make the auto stretch go away, and I'll bring it back again. Okay, and what you can do is take this triangle and just put it over to this bottom row down here, and it makes the preview turn white. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the square button here, and that actually does the actual image. I'm going to make this thing go away, the thing, and you're looking at this going, wow, what did I just do? Did I just ruin it? No, I'm going to press the reset button, and there it is. There it is, stretched. So now this is not linear anymore. This mask is not linear anymore. So now what you can do is you can bring this mask over to the actual image, and it turns the label here brown, which is good. That means has a mask. Now what this has done is wherever it's really red, it's going to protect it, and wherever it's not red, it's not going to protect it, so that you can do some manipulation. In this case, we actually want to protect the stars and galaxies, and where we don't want to protect is where it's red right now, so we've got to invert it. And that's what these functions right here play around with masks, and this button right here is the invert button, and it inverts it. So now the galaxies and the stars are really red and the outside is not. Now, when we do our manipulation, we don't really want to show the mask, so you can press this last button over here where it says show mask. Click on it, and the mask did not go away. It's still there. It's just not showing up. So it makes it easier to look at. So now we come back to our ACDNR noise reduction. And I don't like to do too much noise reduction in the beginning. So I'm going to turn this standard deviation down to, maybe go down to 1. And the amount of noise reduction, I'm going to go way down to like maybe 50. You can manipulate these values any way you want. If you think you've done too much noise reduction, you can go way down to 20 if you want, or if you think you want to do more, you can certainly go way up and do full-blown noise reduction. But as I said, I don't like to do too much noise reduction, at least in the beginning. I'll do some more later on. So I'm going to bring this down to like 50. And then again, you just compress this that circle button. That gives you a real-time preview, so you can actually see what it's doing with noise reduction, or get an idea what it's going to do. As I said, I'd like to go down to 50, and I will. You can do it two ways. You can press this square button and it'll do it, or you can just drag the triangle over here onto the screen and it's going to do its thing. Takes a minute. So it does this A component, B component, and the L, which is the luminosity component. And it's done. Close that out. Close the preview out. And let me move it over and we'll see what it did. Move everything over here. So I'll come over to image and undo. And so you can see there was it did something. Hopefully you can see that. I'll press redo. All right, so it pretty much smoothed out the background a bit. Here, I'll zero in on it a bit and undo, redo. Okay. So now that was the first part. The second part is do chrominance. And again, I don't want to do too much out of this either. So I'm going to bring this down to 50%. And I'll bring the standard deviation down to 1. And I'll just drag it over. And let it do its thing. Again, these numbers, you can play with these numbers if you're not happy with it. That's a good thing about PixInsight. You can manipulate everything. The bad thing is, well, you can manipulate everything, so you really gotta play around with stuff a lot. But anyways, there it is. So I will show you what it looks like. Oops, move this out of the way. Undo. Read. There we go. So that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Close that out. Now this mask is still here, so you want to remove the mask, and then this object goes back to its normal color. The last thing I want to do is save it. As I said, I like to save all my work. So I'll just call it, let's call it noise reduction 1. There we go. Save. Okay, and now my image is all set for saved, and I'm all set for the next step. Anyways, I hope you found this useful, and we'll see you later.